Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Akil, and yes, as I promised, I will do two more videos in Malaysia before I go back. Yes, my last video, which was back in Sydney, I told you guys I'll do two more videos, and this is one of them. Talking about my favorite movies of 2019. Yes, what a year it's been. I went to US, I worked a bit. I'm still in Malaysia, by the way. I got one more video planned for you guys, and that's my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2020. But before that, we have to talk about 2019. There were some surprises. Half this list is filled with blockbusters, the other half is filled with small Oscar type films and all that. So we're just gonna jump right into the list. My list will definitely not be the same as yours, I can guarantee you that. But I'm sure we're gonna have some similarities between the picks and choices I have. My number one is actually the same as Jeremy Jones' number one, and that's a bit fun. Just goes to show how alike we are. So without further ado, guys, here's my list. But first, an honorable mention. And the honorable mention goes to Missing Link. Yes, this is probably the biggest surprise of 2019. I wasn't expecting to like or even love this movie as much as I did. There were just so many funny moments in it, and for an animated movie, that's saying something. I like a style, but I don't love all their films. And this is probably my favorite one because of the humor and the characters, and the animations are spectacular. The voice acting, Hugh Jackman, Zoe Saldana, Zach Galifianakis as this creature. You actually care for him. There are some things that definitely could be improved, but this film was really surprising. I didn't expect me to like it as much as I actually changed my score when I originally thought about the film. I was supposed to give it a 7, but then the more I thought about it, I actually gave it an 8 because there are only two things I didn't like about the film. But yeah, this film really surprised me. It's the honorable mention of the year. Now, let's jump right into that top 10. And coming in at number 10 is actually going to be Knives Out. Yes. Um, I wasn't expecting for me to like this movie. It's not the most surprising because I actually didn't want to watch it, but then my cousin and my uncle here just begged, and I came along and I had a good time. I wouldn't say it's as fun as other movies on this list, but it's one of the more entertaining films of the year. There was a lot of great jokes. Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, and the 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 actress that I can't pronounce her name, she was great, and everyone else is great in this movie. So many great people, and just a great ensemble cast, and such a great film. What probably the best directed film I saw this year, guys, by Ryan Johnson. Just a great job. Great murder mystery. I'm not really a big fan of those, but this film really did it for me, and I can't wait to see what Ryan Johnson does next. So yeah, Knives Out at number 10. Coming in number 9 is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Yeah, and one of two animated movies on this list, guys. Animation this year just knocked it out of the park. There's one animated movie I won't talk about later, but we'll get into that later. But for now, great film. Such a great ending to a great trilogy. I mean, this is one of my favorite animated franchises now of all time. I think it's my favorite DreamWorks franchise of all time as well. It's not as good as Toy Story, obviously, but I still had a great time with it. The animation's great, voice acting's great. There's still some things that could be fixed. There are some silly moments, but it's a DreamWorks film, so it's expected. At the time, at the start of the year, for the first quarter of the year, this was one of my favorite. It was probably my favorite movie of that year, of the year, until something else beat it. But I still had a great time with it. The score is great, the direction's fantastic. Two Force Hiccups chemistry just on point, and yeah, I had a great time with it. Will I watch this trilogy again? Yeah, but not for now. So yeah, great film. In at number 8 is Ford v Ferrari, and yes, this film, wow, blew me away. Fantastic racing sequences. The performances by Christian Bale and Matt Damon are really, really good. Bale, I think, is going to get Oscar nominated for sure, without doubt. Him as Ken Miles is just great. The music's also really good. The direction by James Mangold was fantastic. He's definitely going to get a nomination for sure, without doubt, for Best Director. Just a great film, and I love a great biographical drama, and the fact that it's one on racing. It's got two great actors and a great director behind the camera. It's just awesome. I love Christian Bale. I love Matt Damon in Dark Knight trilogy and in the Bourne franchise. But seeing them two both on screen at the same time was just awesome. It was just such a joy. It's one of those movies that I think fans will really like. but it's also a movie that will sneak up on you over time. So yeah, Ford v Ferrari at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is Danger Close: The Battle of Long Tan. This is probably the only film on this list that no one watching this video has probably ever heard of. Yeah, because it's an Australian war movie and I got a chance to see it in theaters. And out of the two war movies that I saw this year, this and Midway, I was supposed to see 1917 and The Kill Team, but I missed that. I missed like 5 movies this year. But anyway, point is, this movie was really good. Great tension building, great performances, fantastic music, great direction. Um, the action sequences were very well done. There were some really like wow, pulse pounding moments, really like shocking moments. It just goes to show how sudden and surprised a war truly and horrific a war truly can be. There were some moments you're like, really, that person died? Why? And in the back of your mind, like, no, I didn't want that person to die. No, why? But that it just had to happen. It was also very fast paced at times. I was surprised how fast paced this movie was. But hey, what can you do? Fantastic film. You should definitely check it out if you get your chance. 2. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Hotel Mumbai. Yes, this is another film that maybe you might not have heard of, but it has some recognizable faces. Dave Patel, Armie Hammer, Jason Isaacs, all fantastic. If there's one person in this film that I think should get an Oscar nomination, it's Dev Patel. Dev Patel in this movie was just fantastic. Another movie with great tension building moments. I like how this movie starts also. It starts off from the villain's point of view, and the villains are so you actually feel for them. There's some really emotional moments with the villains, the terrorists that actually go about causing the attack in the hotel, and it's a very horrific situation, and everyone did such a great job. The direction was great. Once again, great music. And yeah, just a great film. Please go check this one out. And I know not a lot of people saw it, but please, it's really worth it. Great film, great acting. Yep, just great. Coming in at number 5 is Toy Story 4. Yep, one to the part of the list where the blockbuster's now taking over. What is that to say that hasn't been said? This is a great film, guys. Great animation, great voice acting, great memorable characters, such a great ending to a great franchise. I'm definitely gonna miss this franchise, but I can always rewatch it again on Disney Plus. Well, yeah. I mean, really, what can I say that hasn't already been said? This is just a great finish to a great franchise. The new characters, even the one voiced by Keanu Reeves, they're gonna be iconic, guys. Yeah, and I really don't have anything else to say. It was emotional at the end. I didn't get emotional, but I felt something, and it was just a great way to end it all off. So yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, what are you doing, man? It's a great film. I love all four. I love this and Toy Story 3, but this is my favorite one. This is one of the best animated movies I've seen in a while, and yeah, absolutely love this movie. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Shazam. Yes, you're going to be seeing quite a few comic book movies now, but sorry, I just loved most of them this year, except for like one or two, I think. Yeah, but point is, Shazam was a great film. It was a film that, again, like some other films in Swiss, not expecting to love as much as I did, but I did. It's my second favorite DCU movie. It's one of my favorite DC movies I've seen, and yeah, just a great film. Zachary Levi was just so funny and hilarious. Well, that's the same thing basically, but yeah, he was just so good as Shazam. Asher Angel, playing Billy Batson was great too. Mark Strong as villain was great. A bit funny at times. But yeah, apart from the ending, this was a great film. Just a great, heartwarming DC movie that I think kids and adults can really enjoy. It's a feel-good DC movie. You feel something, and people say it's refreshing. I think so too. It's a great film. We loved it. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Spider-Man: Far From Home. Yep, big surprise. It made the list. Just kidding. This movie was really good. I loved Far From Home. It's my favorite live action Spider-Man film. I don't know what it is, I just do. I just love it so much. Tom Holland Spider-Man has really become one of those actors that just wow, blows me away every single time I see him on screen as this character. This is the film that you really see Spider-Man become Spider-Man. He's not a kid anymore, and that's what Chris Duckman also said. But I don't want to copy off what he said. This was just a great film. So much great humor, so much great action. The only problem was it was a bit fast paced. Apart from that, this was a great film. I loved Spider-Man: Far From Home. and it just goes to show how much of a great superhero Spider-Man is. Yeah, I love this film. It's not a surprise because everyone else seemed to love it too. Yeah, my favorite live-action Spider-Man film. I know, big surprise I'm saying that. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Avengers Endgame. Yep, the Russo brothers did it. They did such a great job. I love this movie. Just like Infinity War, it's one of my top 10 favorite comic book movies of all time. Before my number one, the film that's number 1 on this list came out, this was my favorite movie of the year. I'm sorry, guys. I just love these type of movies. And Endgame just goes to show how much I love the MCU. It has everything I wanted, everything I want, and so much more. The third act is fantastic. It's the best superhero third act I've seen in any movie, and probably the best superhero battle I've seen in any movie too. And I don't think we're gonna get there yet for Phase 4, or even Phase 5. Phase 6 might do it, but I love Endgame. Downey is great. Evans is great. Um, I'll be behind Rob Downey Jr. getting an Oscar nomination, but I don't think he will. But that's sad. But still, Josh Brolin, Thanos, of course, he's iconic. So many great iconic moments in this movie. Love the score. Love this movie. Love this franchise. But coming in at number 1 is going to be Joker, and here's why. Joker doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It feels like a realistic drama. It's not even a psychological thriller. I love this movie. It's like now my 6th favorite comic book film of all time. That list is definitely going to change, like every other list I have relating to films and TV shows and all that. Joaquin Phoenix, man, if he does not get nominated, I'll be mad. Everyone else will be mad. I just want him to get nominated. I wouldn't even be surprised if he wins Best Actor. He was so good in this movie. It's my favorite performance this entire year. And yeah, I absolutely love Joker, man. It's a comic book movie that deserved to get all the recognition, deserved to get $1 billion. And yeah, for a movie like this, to get $1 billion is really saying something, you know. But now when you think about it, it deserved all its recognition, you know. It's such a great film. All the supporting performances were great, but Phoenix just went off in this movie. He was so good, and the cinematography, the directing, the music, everything was just so good in this movie. It's almost a perfect movie, except they just removed Bruce Wayne's parents dying. It would have been perfect. But now let's talk about my least favorite movie of 2019, guys. And that's none other than Wonder Park. I'm sorry. I hated Wonder Park. I would give this film like a 1 out of 10, I'm sorry, or maybe a 2 out of 10, but it's terrible. The animation's fine and the voice acting's fine. That's it. I didn't really care about the story, the characters. This is probably the most disappointing, worst film I saw this entire year. Robin Hood was an atrocity, dude. That film was worse than this. But this film, I hated it. I'm sorry. I don't want to watch this movie again. Wonder Park is my least favorite film of this year, guys. So yeah, there you have it. That's my list of my top 10 favorite movies of this year. Now I know what you're thinking. Akio, what's with the weird stops and pauses? That's just because I'm using iMovie to make this. I'm on an iPad right now using iMovie to record. And the reason why is because I don't have my computer with me, and if I use my phone, it'll be a bit weird. But yeah, what a year it's been. There are definitely movies this year that could have been a lot better, like Rise of Skywalker, and Lion King I actually really liked, but it's not on the list. Sorry guys. But yeah, 2019, that's it. My next video will be my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2020. Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching all my videos this year, guys. It's been great talking about movies and other stuff. Yeah, it's just been a great year. Comics and DVD stuff, videos will resume next year. But there are some things I want to talk about in 2020. But yeah, thanks for watching. My name's Akil. I'm signing out. See you guys next year.